G.I. Joe fans, JoeMotion Videos 82 here. It is time for another G.I. Joe toy review. I apologize for the lighting. It is 3 a.m. I was having a tough time sleeping. It's been that way since my father's passing. It's getting better. I'm at least getting a few hours sleep, and I want to again thank you all for those of you who have made donations to my GoFundMe page. You could also make a donation through coffee, and those funds will also go to my mother. I just couldn't keep the secret back from her anymore. I told her about the page, and she is just thrilled that you guys are helping. She has her reservations about social media, and she is really surprised that a group of guys, people that I do know and some who I don't really know personally but would like to get to know better, are making donations to help her out. And she says she's very moved. So on behalf of my mother, she says thank you very much. And she says you're a good bunch of kids. So I am grateful for that as well. She's under a lot of stress, as am I. But I did visit Dad yesterday, and he's in a beautiful spot where he's at, buried near his brothers in arms, naturally. So I don't want to get into the grim part. Just let's try to move on from that. Today we're going to be looking at a highly requested and very popular action figure amongst collectors. I mean, this action figure, when I saw it, I absolutely fell in love with it. I had to have one, but they were never on the pegs when I had the money as a 12-year-old boy to go out and buy one, so I always had to substitute. And I never, ever had one at all through all my years up until about 5 or 6 months ago. And I finally won one in an auction. And believe you me, I was thrilled to death. And then I bid on another one a few days later and won that one. The action figure we're looking at today is the 1986 Cobra B.A.T., who was released as a part of the 5th series. He was also available in 87 and discontinued in 1988. He had made multiple media appearances, especially in the Sunbow animated series, that it finally gave the Sunbow creators something for G.I. Joe to shoot, hit, and destroy outside of a vehicle. The bats were even picked up and smashed apart by Sergeant Slaughter. And there was no negative repercussion because you were destroying a robot or an android. The bats, they are just simply awesome. They really are. They're very, very popular amongst the collectors, like I said before. And there is a variant to these, and I just happen to have the one variant. It's a little bit harder to find. out there. So let's go ahead and get into the review so I could show you these guys. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here they are, the Cobra bats. I hope that they show up, but let's get them under the light so you could see them side by side, so you could see the variant that I'm referring to. Got a lens flare there. This one right here, you'd see it's orange, and this guy right here is yellow. The one on the right is yellow. They both came with the same accessories. The yellow one, I believe, was the first release of that action figure. The yellow one seems to be the more sought after with collectors. He isn't any more valuable than the others from what I could find out personally, but even in today's prices, they are the same. Same in price. Well, actually, I couldn't find a yellow one to give you an accurate price. Let me try to get the lighting spun around here. So, the bat came with some interesting accessories. There we go. Let's go ahead and pop off his backpack. And this was something really cool about him. He was the first action figure that had interchangeable parts. As you can see here, we have his hand, which I believe most collectors just keep on there. We have a claw. It does not move, but on the modern figure, the claw does move. His flamethrower. And oh, this is the flamethrower, I'm sorry, and this is the laser. I always got those two mixed up. Apparently I still do. So it's the flamethrower that he's portrayed on in the card art. And the bats, as we know from the cartoon, were created by Dr. Mindbender. You can also see the backpack. Has some very nice machine works on there, and he gets to store all of his accessories in that backpack. That is a really cool feature. I even have his file card. Forgot to post that, but on his arm there he has a little peg. There's a hole. These peg right into there. And the lenticular sticker was one of my favorite features on there. It really made him look like a robot. These guys were supposed to be virtually indestructible on the battlefield, but Sergeant Slaughter changed the opinion on that very quickly. He has a typical articulation for its time. The head sculpt is completely unique from any other G.I. Joe. He has this very nice visor, kind of a Boba Fett type visor. And on the back he has some more machine works. A yellow belt, or in this case an orange belt, with a belt buckle that shows it's supposed to be a bat on the belt buckle. He has a pouch on one side. On his left leg he has a sculpted on pistol, and it was painted. Very nice feature. And some more machine works down on his other leg, and he has these armor plates down by his boots, and on his boots he has a pouch on each side. And what would a G.I. Joe action figure be without a sculpted on hand grenade? Now, in recent time, the Bat has come in many other designs thanks to Black Major and Red Laser. Black Major did the Stinger Bat, which I want to thank a good friend, New Jersey Ed Fantry, for sending me this. I really love this action figure. Thank you very, very much, Ed. And this is the Medibat. And you can see it's the same mold. They all come with the same accessories, but just done differently. So that just proves that the Bat is clearly a fan favorite. Here's another Bat that I really like. I already talked about him last month. This is the Vampire Bat, which was a repaint from the original Bat. So 86 also gave us another full visored figure, the Cobra Viper. Now these two guys together look great. You could see them shoulder to shoulder on the battlefield. So they were really stepping it up with the Cobra figures. You can see they're all sort of modeled after Cobra Commander with his battle helmet. So let's go ahead and just take another look at these two. You can see that one's yellow, one's orange. Of course, they both have the Cobra sigil on the sleeve. But in the pictures online, it is hard to tell which one's yellow and which one is orange. The boots are a pretty good giveaway, as well as the sigil. But if you are seeking the yellow, ask questions. Ask them if this one is the yellow variant or the orange variant. Okay, his file card reads, upper left hand corner, codename B.A.T.S, which is an acronym. A Cobra Android Trooper. B.A.T.S are the perfect Cobra troopers. They never question orders, complain about the chow. How can they? They don't eat. They don't shirk duty or surrender. They require no leave time, sick pay, or benefits of any kind. Very nice of Cobra to pay those benefits. And they are cheap and easy to replace. I don't see how replacing an Android would be cheap, but okay, we'll just leave it as that. On the other hand, B.A.T.S do not react very well to changes on the battlefield conditions, which is a pretty big flaw. Nor do they discriminate between targets. They will shoot at anything that moves, be it friend, foe, or animal. They also have an unfortunate tendency to burst into flame when hit from behind. So these guys have a weakness from the back. And you would think Dr. Mindbender would have programmed facial recognition to not shoot at anything in a Cobra uniform. But no, he just left these guys as wild cards. B.A.T.S are dangerous to everybody. They'll shoot, bayonet, or kick anything in sight. Cobra infantrymen do not like to be on the same battlefield with the bats. When a Cobra unit is losing a battle, which they did quite often, they will dispense the bats into the midst of the fight in order to evacuate the area easily. So they're getting their hind ends kicked. They know it. They send in a platoon of bats to help with the fight. But the bats do have that flaw where they can be shot in the back. Remember at the beginning of the intro to the cartoon, it showed Bazooka shooting one in the chest, blowing him apart at point blank range. But for those of us who do not know, B.A.T.S stands for Battle Android Troopers. Very nice acronym. And then later in the 90s, they have the BAT with 2 A's. And when I review him, I'll cover all that. All right, so the bats are a great action figure. They are immensely popular. They are available on the aftermarket, but at a premium. Good luck finding one at a flat rate. Most of them are auction. The original retail price on these were $2.39, but I have a Target price tag. I don't know if you could read that, but it says $2.99. So, you know, it's up to the retailer. It's why they call this suggested manufacturer retail price. That, you know, it suggests that way so Hasbro gets their money and the retailer gets to make their money as well. But they usually mark it up just a little bit. All right, now here comes my favorite segment. All right, so you're looking for this guy on the aftermarket. How deep are your pockets? That is the question I have to ask. How deep are your pockets? I'll start it off lightly for you guys. These are fixed prices. These are not auction prices. The highest I've seen these go in an auction was $65, and I backed out. I was not going to spend that much money on a single action figure. So, the backpack. Start off easy, $1. For his laser, $4.95. His hand, that's the most popular feature, as I mentioned. A lot of collectors keep both hands on that action figure. It just looks a little more natural to me. His hand is $9.95, and I only found one for sale. So that's how rare that piece is. His claw, $4.49. The torch, $4.95, which is the second most popular, mainly because it's displayed on the packaging. For a complete bat with file card, $42.99. Oh, sorry, that one was incomplete. It was missing some of his accessories, $42.99. A complete one, $39.99 to $52.99 with the file card, $52.99, $53. And these people are paying these prices. You know, as this guy right here, outside of him being totally awesome, he is a troop builder, and there are a lot of folks out there who army build, and they are snatching these up, therefore driving up the prices. You want one mint on card, you're looking at $69 to $75. Now you'll see why I backed out when it went over $60 for the auction, because you can get one mint on card for a few dollars more. For a full card back, a full card back, we're just looking at a piece of cardboard, just a lousy little piece of cardboard that we were intended to cut up, to cut these things out, to cut a flag point off of. There was no intrinsic value to it at that time, save for the flag point. But there were some collectors out there who saved the full card back, and thank goodness they did. I wasn't one of them. I always cut the file card out, and I had them hanging up on my bedroom wall. I had them separated in factions, G.I. Joe, Cobra, then I had the subsets. And it was set up neat, you know, like a little chart. Full card back, my friends, $31.55 to $32.07 for a full freaking paper cardboard card back. Almost, I don't get it. I just can't comprehend that. And yet people are paying those prices. That's why these prices are staying up so high, because people do pay it. They want these toys, so they are willing to pay that price. The law of supply and demand really sucks. It really does. The economic theory of supply and demand sucks bad, especially when it's not in my favor. So there is a supply out there. The demand is very high for it, so they start jacking that price up. There's no price cap on it. So you could be asking anything for these. I also found another full card back with an incomplete figure. It didn't have the accessories, for $16.99. Now that's the bargain of the day there. I would jump on that, and later on you could buy the backpack for $1 and another $30, $30 for those accessories. You could complete your own bat. But the key here is patience. Just wait for a better deal to come along. Don't go into Hawk, not General Hawk or Colonel Hawk. Don't go into debt just to buy an action figure. Be patient. There are hundreds of thousands of them out there. And wait for the better deal to come along. I've fallen into that trap before, where I bought one and so-so condition. It had a little bit of play wear on it, and then the following day I was looking on eBay again and found one in a lot better condition for $3 cheaper. I wanted to kick myself in the butt for that one. So there you have it, Byron's gripes. Yeah, I'm just astounded by those prices. But a few announcements here. Timmer, Half the Battle Timmer, is holding his charity drive, so head on over to his channel, Half the Battle, and for details on that. This is his annual charity drive that he's holding for children's charities. Also, feel free to leave me a one-time tip on coffee. And I'm also on Patreon. If you so choose to become a patron, that comes with rewards in itself. Every patron has will be entered into exclusive patron-only drawings for a giveaway. You'll also you could help with the channel and what you want to see, but specifically what you want to see. I take suggestions from everybody, but there will be something specific that the patrons get to do. If you want to dedicate, for instance, you want to dedicate a action figure review to somebody, or you want to see that one specific action figure for yourself, and I have something else planned because you're a patron, I'll bump the one I have planned to show that one. So go ahead and check out the page. There's some definitely some very nice perks on there for you guys. So with all that being said, this is JoeMotion Videos 82 signing off. You guys have a fantastic day. Be kind to each other. Don't forget to wind your VHS tapes before you send them back, or you'll be hit with a fee. And that's about it. Into a new month, November. Turkey Day is coming up real quick. Loves me some turkey, I do. Especially eat that little bit of cranberry sauce. Get the love, especially cold turkey sandwich the next day. Perfect. But you guys have a great day. This is JoeMotion Videos 82 signing off. Bye-bye.